technology on display here is designed to plug into a network that a healthcare organization already uses. One industry leader says that presents an opportunity for the bad guys. Peter Hancock is Vice President of Global Sales at Asimily. He says vulnerability for healthcare customers is growing.
What we're seeing is that as you're a patient, as you're in that hospital room, you're waiting in the ER, you are at your most vulnerable. You as a human are most vulnerable. And you're expecting that the care that I'm going to receive is the best care I can receive wherever you are in whatever hospital. All the vendors, all the manufacturers that are at this conference today want to provide you that best care. However, security is not at the forefront of their business. Their job is to take care of us as humans. Their tools, their technology, whatever they're selling, and that's their job. Their job isn't necessarily security. So as you plug things into networks, and we're seeing more and more, including beds, are going on network that are automated to tell you your weight, your blood pressure, all that. The operating systems that run these not only have tens, they have hundreds of vulnerabilities. So there was an example of a few hospitals in the last year that have been breached. They were breached and they were exposed because they did not have the most secure of systems. And those hospitals have been offline for 6 weeks, 8 weeks. So now you're turning away patients from the ER. You're not able to operate, so you're not able to book revenue. And now you're looking at it and saying, as I plug more and more in, yes, it helps me be more automated, and digital transformation is very important. But at the same time, I go scan a hospital network, and I can see that there's systems in there that are 7 years old, and then I can remote connect into those. And once I remote connect in, if I can get to your billing system, or I can get to your identity server, I can then grab your identity, or I can download all your records. So we were active in a proof of concept, a pilot for our technology with a hospital system in the last month or so. And we were kind of doing a readout to the head of security. And we said, we kind of hate to tell you this, but there's foreign nationals in your network right now. And he said, that's impossible. We said, well, there's a telnet session coming from Asia that they're traversing your network right now. And all of a sudden, they closed the door, stopped, and said, okay, we need to take action. Mm-hmm. So we see it all the time. We also see misuse of medical equipment, where most medical equipment has an internet browser. And what we see is that people will use that internet browser for personal purposes, whether they're shopping or doing things that adults shouldn't do in the middle of the day when they're at work. Mm-hmm. So we see all sorts of bad behavior, or devices talking to countries that they shouldn't be talking to, that open them up to exposure.
We have about a minute left, Peter. Is the fact that some of these things are becoming revenue events having impact on revenue driving more action in your view?
Yes. I would say when we were at the show a year ago, we had a good, healthy run of people interested in what we do. This past show, we have customers who are saying, I need to do something now because I don't want to be like my peers. And I need to make this investment because all of a sudden, cybersecurity is number 10 on my list. It's now 1, 2, or 3. And we're absolutely seeing that based on the events of the last few years.
Peter Hancock of Asimily at HIMSS 2024.